So here's apparently the reason that he got an exemption was because he already got COVID. He doesn't need to get a vaccine.
I was actually watching highlights of Luxinen the other day. And that's not a joke.
How do you watch highlights of a wedding furniture? What's the reasoning behind your stalking? If it's just for good old fashioned stalking, then I think it's fine. Good old fashioned stalking.
Welcome back to the Critical Banter podcast, first episode of 2022. I hope you guys enjoyed the compilation, and we are back this week with some new content and new segments. This week, we'll be playing a classic game, Stockholm Syndrome.
That's not the new one.
But there is a new one, I promise. We have a new segment where we'll be going through toxic traits and red flags on Red Flag Redemption. To kick off 2022, we do not have Kush. We have me, Miguel. We have Seni.
Hello.
And we have Rohit.
G'day.
Just as an update, just as to float it to you, boys, one of us, including Kush, got it. One of us got it. We won't say who yet.
It's a whodunit.
It's a whodunit. We want you guys to guess at home who got it. Let us know, and then next week we'll reveal.
And this in this case refers to COVID, not the STI that Sen got last week.
COVID, whoever got Big Omi or Big Delta, we won't reveal yet. Let us know who you think got it, and we will tell you next week.
Did we ever bet? I seem to remember some sort of punishment for the first person to get it, because at the time COVID was like in the tens of cases. So we're like, if you get it, it's actually shame.
Yeah, I think it was you owe everyone 10 grand.
That's right. I did remember something like that.
So next week you'll see 10 grand put into everyone's accounts.
And that is your hint.
But anyways, how was the break, boys? We've been gone for God knows how long.
It was good. I had holiday for the first time in a couple of years.
Must be nice.
Yeah, went away, although almost got thwarted by my brother getting COVID.
Oh.
But by some miracle, no one else in my house got it. But one of my mates actually, he's escaped death multiple times. His partner who he lives with got it and he didn't get it. And then the next week, 3 people that he went on a road trip with all got it in the same house.
Really?
Yeah, for 3 days. They were
Must
like
be asymptomatic
mingling.
then or something.
No, dude, he's got the test.
Statistically, surely that means...
His immune system is built different. That's what it means. But I want to flow something out to you, right? I went to Byron Bay, which is up north of New South Wales.
Yep.
And by the time we booked it, it was kind of like on a whim. Like we didn't plan it properly. So that when, during Christmas, obviously it's like super busy. The only accommodation left was a bus.
Sorry?
So the accommodation that we stayed at.
The Fortnite bus?
No, basically
Where you drop in.
the magic school bus, right? So the lady had gone around Australia for 2 years and converted the bus into like a house.
Right.
Except-
so it's like a caravan.
Yeah, but it's a bus. It's like the M60 that we used to catch in high school. Like that bus that takes
They didn't need to know the bus number, but all right.
Yeah, the one from high school to our house,
Yeah.
that bus, exactly the same. Except get rid of the chairs. There's like 2 chairs,
Like the
a
stop
TV.
button?
Well, the stop button is not there. I wish it was
Yeah,
there.
like the disabled seats.
But it seems like these small, weird accommodation things are becoming more and more
They're in
popular.
vogue.
Yeah.
Tiny houses are big these days.
I've heard of tiny. I've never heard of a bus.
I've been to a tiny house.
Yeah.
So I've been to a couple of tiny houses. My partner's very
Into it.
keen on this sort of stuff, which is fine. It's nice. Like there's no reception or anything like that.
You shouldn't hold, but that's besides the point as well.
Explain what a tiny house is. For people who might
It's
not know.
So
literally
there's
a
this
tiny
house then, of which may or may not be tiny.
So everything in there is tiny? Like,
Yes, the utensils are tiny.
No, the utensils are not tiny. It's
The
just
food
basically,
is like those trolley little hamburgers.
that's what I was
The hot
thinking.
dogs.
Ooh, I could go for the trolley lollies now.
those are
Anyway.
overrated.
What?
Yeah, dude. Trolley was not. You actually like
bro.
them?
Yeah.
They were goated. Are you serious?
I remember smacking a pinata and trolley lollies came out. My day was ruined. I was upset.
They had the sour worms, the little hamburgers.
The hot dogs.
Dude, they were the best.
Nah. So the thing with this bus was though, it was fine. It was actually really nice. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
but there was no shower. It was an outdoor shower. So if you wanted to shower, you have to go outside the bus, or
Like a public bathroom or something.
no. It was
It's attached onto the bus.
attached onto the bus.
Oh, okay.
And then if you want to go to the toilet, you had to go inside the chick whose Airbnb it was, her actual house. So the bus was parked outside her house. So I
So
actually
you lived on a driveway.
lived on a driveway for 5 days. But I will say it was a nice experience.
So if you're using her toilet,
Yeah.
use a shower.
Yeah, live in the house at that point.
I did.
Go to the lounge, make yourself at home.
Just homelessness with extra steps.
I did use the shower once because like it was cold. I didn't want to have a cold shower outside, so I decided to go inside and ask her if I could.
Could the bus move? Like, was it functional? Like, you could drive it around?
Yeah,
or?
you could if you wanted, but
So you could have just driven off in the middle of the night.
She wouldn't have let us. Like, I didn't have the keys or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know how to
Wait,
hotwire
how'd you
a
lock
car.
the bus then?
There's no lock.
Oh, so someone could just waltz in. The owner, if they wanted to, if they wanted to get freaky
Yeah, there's literally no.
in the middle of the night.
But the thing is, it's like the middle of nowhere. Like, it's not. You're not like in some residential area where there's other people around. You're literally on like a farm.
Was there electricity in the bus? I'm so confused. It's a bus.
Dude, they decked it out like fairly nicely. There was electricity and like running water and
Stove?
stuff.
Could you cook?
There was the stove.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, how much did you pay for it?
So because it was like Christmas period, I think it was like 300 a night.
What?
But split between two.
Bro, a
So-
bus costs like
Dude, I was gonna say my
$350.
I was gonna say the same thing.
What?
Get a day trip on the bus. It's $4, man.
But, so 150 a night per head, which is pricey
Yeah.
for a bus.
For a bus. Was there a back seat?
Huh?
Was there a back seat of the bus where you could sit on?
No. The back seat was like the bed, and then there was bunk beds, and then there was 4 seats, like two as the dinner table.
Oh.
You know the seats that face you,
Face you, yeah,
close
yeah,
to the
yeah.
front.
Oh,
that was
okay.
like converted, and they put a table in front of it and stuff like that.
It just sounds like a gimmick. I mean, it is a gimmick.
It's 100% a gimmick.
Would you do it again? What other vehicles could you turn into a car? Would you do a car?
Nah, caravan is like the standard.
A ute? Could you do a boat?
I feel like a ute could be done. Just need to put shelter at the back.
in the back, yeah.
There's boats though, like boat houses.
But that's standard.
That's
though.
not homelessness. That must be nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, true.
That's actually an interesting concept. If you sleep in a car, you're home, like you're poor. But if you sleep in a boat, you're rich.
Is it because it's on water?
What kind of boat? If you're saying you're sleeping on a dinghy,
dinghy.
dude, you're not really. That's even worse than a car, dare I say? Because a dinghy is way cheaper than a car.
Oh, nah, but there's still some rustic element of sleeping in a dinghy.
Is there?
I think there is.
Maybe. But anyways,
Overall, what would you give the bus?
probably 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Like, it was pretty nice at the end of the day.
You haven't sold the bus to me.
Would you prefer it over a room?
Oh, actually, I was going to ask that. Would you rather stay on a bus or would you rather stay in a room?
Bring back Would You Rather to the podcast, are we?
Yeah. But not a room like not a house that you own yourself. Would you do one of those studio rooms? Like, you know, an Airbnb and that owner can live and you just like rent a bedroom?
Oh, no, I'd rather the bus.
Yeah, right? Like, at least it's private.
Yeah, a bus could be cool, to be honest. I think it's a story to tell.
Yeah, but it's a what-off.
Yeah,
I would do the studio multiple times.
What? The sharing, like, with the person?
Yeah, let's say I go in the bus once, I go to studio once, I'm going a third holiday.
I might
I'm
go
being
to...
in the studio probably
No.
9 times out of 10.
Because you're basically rooming with that person. I don't like that.
It's like, yeah.
If I got a local.
Do you like talking to Airbnb like
No,
hosts?
I don't.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you have
so
to live
no
with them.
way.
Why would you?
I just want to take a different stand.
Being the
I
devil's
just want it to
advocate,
be
wrong.
interesting.
But anyways, that was my trip. It was enjoyable.
Well, speaking of COVID, mine's not to do with me, but mine's apparently we're at war with Serbia, and I'm wondering when are we deploying?
I'm
getting
kind of
ready.
scared.
Drop me in the Balkans. I'm ready to go, bro.
I'm scared of the Balkans, dude. They're one of the countries I ain't want to beef.
Yeah,
dude.
aligned.
Nah, they're not. No, they're not the industrial military powerhouses that they once were. They're just armed with cut off denim shorts or like with Adidas trackies. Dude, they're not scary. They just carry knives. That's all it. Anyway,
I think knives are scarier than guns, just quietly.
would you rather be shot or stabbed?
Shot.
Really?
Yes, stabbing is so much more like
It's more
visceral.
personal. It's more intimate. You got to be up close and personal to be stabbed or stab someone.
Yeah, but you're saying would I rather be shot or stabbed?
Yeah.
I would rather be shot, but I'd rather face someone with a knife. I feel like it's easier to avoid
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
stabbing.
Like,
But if I'm going to get hit regardless, I'd rather get fucking...
Yeah, popped. But I genuinely think stabbing is scarier. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about like slashing, but slashing just seems like scary. I don't know what it
at least with
is.
stabbing.
Are you getting stabbed or slashed?
That's the same thing.
No. Slash is I'm like cutting you.
Yeah.
Stabbing, I'm putting it into you.
Okay, I'm
Stabbing,
equating
you can
the two
deal with
the
it
same
and leave
thing.
the knife in.
just leave the knife in and you're good
If you're
to
getting
go.
slashed, you just have open wound.
open wounds. But the guy's not going to stab you and leave it in there, so you can take it out and stab him. He's doing one of these ones, bang, bang,
No,
bang.
but if he gets close to you, then you can like push him off and then leave the knife in
Get
there.
like crucified through the park.
No, you say, stop.
I don't like
No.
it.
Please.
You're in my personal space.
Sorry.
Back to you, to the Serbs.
Yeah, so back to the context of Djokovic who was meant to come for the Australian Open. Well, he's in Australia. Apparently he's in like
Manus
sort of-
Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, detention.
He's in a detention center.
He's complaining about the conditions of his hotel, not 5-star quality.
Yeah,
No,
apparently
I thought it was a Serbian like prime minister or the president complaining about it.
I think
he
they're
is
all
as well.
complaining,
He's trying
yeah.
to go to a hotel with a tennis court so he can go practice. Man still thinks he's going to play in the Australian Open. So he's apparently the reason he got an exemption was because he already got COVID. He doesn't need to get a vaccine, which is true. Apparently, that is one of the exemptions.
That is, but that's an exemption to play like ATP tournaments, not to enter countries.
Yeah, exactly.
that's the distinction.
So I think the Tennis Australia said he could come, but the government's like, nah, buddy,
See you
you
later.
gotta hit the road, Jack. But apparently there's a photo, so like apparently at the time he got COVID to get the exemption. Apparently there's photos of him hanging out with people and hugging people and stuff. It's like, which one is it, buddy?
You got to choose.
You
yeah.
gotta choose. Did you have COVID?
How
or did
can you
not?
prove that someone has had COVID?
So when he said, like, I was like, oh, so you have to have had it in the last 6 months. And he said, yeah, I had it, in September or whatever. But there's
Right.
photos of him like having a party in September. Like he was with people.
That's fine, dude. September's 4 weeks.
Yeah,
COVID,
but then they're saying
it's
like,
a
oh,
1
did
week.
you actually have COVID? Like, you're obviously hanging out with other people. Did you actually have COVID?
Is the times perfectly aligned? Like,
Exactly.
September 10th, he had
I don't know.
COVID,
It was
but
on the
September
Daily
10th,
Mail,
he was
so it
on
was probably
the-
bullshit.
Yeah,
so
that's
I
what I'm
don't
saying.
know.
Like September literally has what 30 days, 31 days.
Yeah.
You could have had COVID.
But where do
in
you
the other
stand?
7.
Should he play, Ro?
No. That's
Why do you
not-
think he should not?
Novak?
Bro?
That's not because no vax. I just got that, dude.
Oh, I saw it all over
I've
Reddit.
seen it
I thought it was-
all the
I
time.
thought it was
haven't
quite
seen it.
clever.
That's
It's been
excellent.
circulating the work memes, the
That's
Novaks.
Excellent.
Novaks.
I just don't think he should play. Not because I want Roger Federer to maintain the record of 20 Grand Slams. Not because this guy's won 9 Australian Opens and going for his 10th
Yeah, I
or
saw the
something
record.
like that.
The last 10 years, he's only 2 other people have won it. Like, he's won 8, and there's like 2 others, like Roger Federer and some other Donny.
Yeah.
Like, that's unreal record, so yeah, fuck him. But the thing is, like, this could just be easily solved if he just got the vaccine. Like, what's his actual reasoning for? Is it religious or
No, because I swear he's proper like vegan and all those
so? I know the vegans have
heebie-jeebie
gone
nonsense.
No, but he's that vibe. He's that vibe.
Natural remedies and
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
But honestly, I do feel a bit sorry for him. Like coming to the country.
No, the fact that
you're playing-
he was under the pretext he could come.
Exactly. That's
They've
a bit
handled
dumb.
it very poorly. Yeah.
Like if I came to the country, I'd be pissed off as well. It's like,
Yeah.
sorry, actually.
And they put you in a detention center.
Yeah, well, I think that's fair.
Isn't it also, there's another thing, there are already lower profile tennis players who have the same thing, but they've already been let in.
But then, yeah, so
They're trying to redact all that.
there was like another Croatian
I didn't hear
woman who got let in, but then they sent her packing last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she played like 2 games already, like in a warm-up tournament, and then they found out that she used the same thing and they've already sent her.
Well,
So they're saying the government doesn't really care. They're just trying to save face. They're trying to make a
Yeah,
statement because it's
yeah.
Novak's, not
Yeah.
this woman that you
Exactly.
don't even know the name of.
Yeah, I don't know the name
Well,
of
I heard there was the other way around. There was this Indian player who was 17, and in India, you don't get the vaccine at 17
you're
yet
18,
until you're
right?
18.
Yeah.
So he came over, not able to get the vaccine in his own country,
but he could get it in Australia.
but he could get it in Australia, but they turned him away because he didn't have vax.
Tough luck.
Just be good at tennis, bro, then they'll let you in.
What are your thoughts on Kyrie Irving playing half the season? Like he's not vaxxed.
Yeah.
And he plays in New York, and New York has a full mandate. You can't play unless you're vaxxed.
So he
Right.
plays the away
But
games.
the away games where the states that non-vax people
Yeah.
can
So
play,
dumb.
he's playing now.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Until recently, they're like, you're not playing at all. But Brooklyn got needy for players and like, you know what, we'll let him play.
But that's why the
That's a
NBA
bit
should have
yuck.
just come up with a thing, just like a blanket, like if you're not vaccinated, you can't play. Just across the board.
So he wouldn't be able to play in Canada. Like if he's
You
playing
can't
for
play in
Raptors.
Canada as well.
can't
So
play.
if it's, yeah.
Yeah. So he's only playing away games in America.
Yeah.
With
Probably.
some states.
Like in Florida. So he'll be playing like the Miami games and stuff like that.
Is he still getting paid?
Yeah, so he's still getting his
He
salary,
wasn't
isn't he?
getting paid when he couldn't play. So I don't think he's going to get paid for the home games. But the away games he plays, or he's eligible to play, he'll get paid.
Just get the vaccine. It's not that hard,
But
bro.
vax aside, like I think that's kind of nice for him. It's just like you get to take it easy a little bit.
Part-time player.
Yeah, part-time player. Like that's you never hear it. It's a quite if you.
Yeah, but what if
The
you're a supporter?
workload-
What if you're an owner of the club?
Oh, no, I'm not talking about monetary. I'm just thinking about Kyrie himself, dude.
I
He's
don't
probably
care
been
about
playing for the
Kyrie.
NBA
He
for
thinks
how
the
many
world
years?
is flat, so
That's
he's an
fine,
idiot.
dude. The workload's big. Like you're playing games on games. He gets to take a rest once in a while.
He's
It's actually kind
paid
of nice.
to bounce a ball and throw a ball at a hoop, bro. It's not that hard. All right, boys. The game this week is Stockholm Syndrome. Not a simple game. And it's in honor of us talking about Novak Djokovic and the Australian Open. So I'm going to give you a name, and it's either going to be an IKEA furniture or a player at the Australian Open.
All right.
Your first one is Travali. Travali, boys, is that a silicone bakeware series which makes it easy to get creative in your kitchen. The fun-shaped molds are made of silicone and oven-safe material that cakes or bread won't stick to. Or is it an Italian tennis player who has a career-high ATP singles ranking of number 60, which is, so he's a fucking bang average player.
What?
Isn't 60 a shit ranking?
No, it's pretty good.
All right.
If you're over,
I redact that statement.
I reckon anyone over like 100
is shit.
You've made a
Stinker.
career. Oh.
He's
I said under. I think he said
No,
under.
under 100, you're getting
So
invited
it's
to Grand
either
Slams and stuff.
an alright tennis player or a silicone bakeware
What's the name?
mold. Travali.
I thought that was a fountain in Rome.
Is it? Yeah,
Trevi.
Trevi, Senny, come on. You're smarter than that.
Sorry.
I think it's an IKEA furniture.
I
I've never
think-
heard of a Travali. Italian as well.
Did you say? Did you say the top was 60? His highest
His
ever.
highest
Sorry,
was
yeah,
60.
Good point.
So you wouldn't have needed to heard of him for this to be real.
I feel like, no, I'd recognize a top 60 player. I wouldn't recognize the IKEA, whatever, bake. I didn't even
That's
know
true.
what it
You're
was.
more likely to know the tennis player than you are the IKEA.
IKEA, we'll lock it in.
It is indeed the Italian tennis player Stefano Travali.
Wow. Don't trust me again, Mix. You just go your own way.
He was paying $126 on Sportsbet to win the Australian Open, which is where I got all the tennis player names from.
I genuinely think that's undervalued. Do you know what I mean?
You've never heard of this guy.
No, that's what I meant. It's undervalued. So he should be paying like $400.
Oh,
Sportsbet
right.
is doing you dirty with those odds. It's not a good deal.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Next one is Minen. Is it a children's bed frame which grows alongside your child with handy extendable features? Sounds a bit sus. Or is it a young Latvian prodigy with a strong service game, currently 28th in the WTA rankings?
WTA.
Rohit Milan is what my parents thought to call me.
Minen.
What do you
Either a children's
Sorry?
bed frame or a Latvian tennis player.
How good with you? You know any Latvian names? I don't think I know a single person from Latvia.
Porzingis, where's he from? Isn't he
Oh,
Latvian?
Tingus Pingus.
Tingus Pingus, I'm pretty sure it's Latvian.
Oh, what was the name of it?
Minen.
Minen ain't sound anything like Kristaps or Porzingis. So from that alone,
That alone, yeah, has to be the IKEA bed
IKEA.
frame.
And it is IKEA. Fuck, I don't know why I helped you with that one. All right, next one is Hemnes. Is it a solid wood bedroom furniture which ages beautifully, so you'll be able to enjoy it for years to come? I don't think any IKEA furniture has longevity about it, just quietly.
I disassembled an IKEA bed, and like, do you know how there's no screws or anything? They have
It's
those
the-
like wooden
the Allen key
sticks.
thing.
Yeah, the Allen
Yeah.
keys, but then they also have wooden sticks.
Yeah.
You put in the hole and then you just like push them
Oh,
together.
yeah.
Getting rid of them,
Snaps,
they just
doesn't
start snapping
Yeah.
easily. Do they sell those,
I feel like you can buy a whole bulk of those for like $5, but they're just wooden sticks.
or do they sell them for like $100 because they know they're just going to break and they're going to need them?
Nah, I back them.
I didn't have it.
I think they last if you don't disassemble them.
Well, that defeats it, but
No. Sorry, the furniture itself. Going off Sen's point,
as long as you don't touch them.
yeah,
Right.
You know, a bed, if you leave it as a bed,
Yeah.
not disassembling it, the last few years, I reckon.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. But like, surely furniture, you can disassemble it. That's like,
It should be.
The whole
You should be
point.
allowed
Well,
to.
that's why I'm paying.
and
Like,
able to.
that's why I'm paying like $15 for a queen bed.
is a good
That's
point.
fair.
Sorry, what was the?
Hemnes, is it
Hemnes.
a wood bedroom furniture or is it a Slovenian tennis player?
All right, I'm just trying to picture myself. I'm
There's no-
walking to an IKEA.
Go on.
I look over, I see Hemnes. Am I excited by that?
Am I trying to make a joke about a pun?
Exactly. I don't think so.
Slovenian though. Slovenian, right?
Yeah, I don't
Again,
even know where Slovenia is.
There's
to
no
be honest.
Luka, and there's no
Doncic.
Doncic.
Are they all called Ich?
Ooh, do I know any other Slovenian? Handanovic.
Okay, so they are all called Hitch.
Or is he Slovakian?
I have
Slovenian.
no idea.
What's Slovenian? Oblak. I'm just naming players at this point.
Yeah,
Is
All
he
Black
Slovenian?
is Slovenian. Yeah,
And then what was the name? Hemnes.
Hemnes.
When
yeah.
I first heard that, I was hoping you'd say German or something like that.
Right,
That
okay.
I would have been. But also,
So we're walking now. We're walking to IKEA. You know, I'll go through the
Visualize it.
maze that is IKEA.
can you see it on those floating tags?
Now that you say that, I do see
I
it.
can
I
see
do
it as
see
well.
Hemness for $95.
I can see it. I can so see
Lock it in, dude.
Hemness is indeed the furniture.
Can we get the prices? Can we make up the price? Can we actually combine Stockholm Syndrome with the prices, right?
Yeah, all right. Well, I don't have the prices on me now. So.
Next time we do this, if it is an IKEA furniture, we got to guess the price.
All right, fine. Deal. All right, next one is Laaksonen. Is it IKEA's new spring wedding collection for your wedding needs, or is it a Swiss professional tennis player who has a highest singles ranking of 93 in 2017?
I was actually watching highlights of Laaksonen the other day, and that's not a joke.
How do you watch highlights of a wedding furniture?
I didn't know IKEA put YouTube videos up.
It was the court level view highlights. They're quite satisfying.
I can't tell if you're being serious.
I'm being
right
serious. I'm being serious, and it is a tennis player.
All right, tennis player.
Now. It is a tennis
Yeah.
player. Why were you watching this guy so musty?
No, because it was the court. I like the court view highlights
Oh, okay.
because it shows you the speed and stuff.
Damn it. Okay.
I thought I could beat him. but
So it is
anyways.
Laaksonen. You guys are doing pretty well. Only one wrong so far. Next one up is Sakari. Is it designed with angled edges for easy grip? IKEA's bird printed tray was introduced for your convenience. Sakari. Or is it a Greek professional tennis player? She reached a career high singles ranking of number 6 in 2021, making her the highest ever ranked female Greek player in the Open era.
Julie 6th.
Yeah, it is. It's the female tennis player Sakari.
Fuck!
I've got tennis nerd over here.
Yeah, I know. All right, last one is Risqué. Is it IKEA? They named their specially crafted oak top table after Risqué, just one of 2 municipalities situated across the southern half of the Swedish Baltic island of Åland.
Right.
Yeah, isn't he a TikToker? Just like the area, the Risqué table contains plenty of character.
Yeah.
Or is it a women's tennis player who reached a career high singles ranking of 18 in 2019 and won her first WTA Tour title in October 2014 at the Tianjin Open?
Haven't heard of this player. I might have a Risqué at home though.
Eating my dinner on a Risqué.
Your texts last night were a bit risky.
Yeah, dude. Would you like Risqué doesn't sound IKEA. It doesn't sound Swedish.
Why do I feel like this has been said in an earlier version of this game? Why did my mind come to that?
I've prepared Stockholm Syndrome a
I
while
don't think this
ago,
has been said before.
but I've never heard of a bird feeder tray or whatever.
No, this is the
Bird
table.
printed.
This is the table. Risqué. It's a specially crafted oak top table.
Was that not a bird?
That was the last one.
Oh, okay,
that was the
right.
Sakari.
What was the ranking of the hypothetical player?
18.
No chance.
18 you're hearing, I
No,
feel.
yeah, I'm hearing no way.
IKEA.
Alison Risqué is an American tennis player.
American.
Yeah.
How do you spell Risqué?
Riske.
Maybe risk. I would have.
It wouldn't be risk. It would be risky,
Risky.
maybe. But then you guys will get it right. But anyway, I think overall you guys won that. So pretty good. Just because Rose is a tennis nerd.
No, I think Manny's a IKEA furniture. He went yesterday.
Powers combined.
All righty, boys. New segment: Red Flag Redemption. Other names: Red Flag Racing, but we settled on the other one because it's probably a bit more. Everyone might know it a bit better.
Get on with it, Rose.
Sorry, dude. I haven't done intros for a while. We're doing toxic traits. We're doing red flags, right? Anyways, I was on TikTok having a bit of a scroll, right? And I came through all these sports. All my TikTok feed is now sports highlights,
And women.
but mainly sports highlights.
Underage women.
Although, if you have a look at the women in TikTok, you have a look at the bros in the comments who are age unclear, proceed with caution. Have you seen those TikTok comments?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of
so
them.
silly. Anyways, whatever. I'm going through
Catch a case.
I'm going through TikTok and I'm watching the cricket on TV, and I think, look, is this my red flag? I genuinely think that I could perform any sport to a semi-professional level, and if I trained hard enough, probably to a professional level.
That is absolutely a toxic trait.
Is it toxic though?
Not every sport. Sorry, not every sport, but just most of them. The ones that I see, the ones that I play
real
on a regularly. No, I'm not talking about chess. But have you all seen the guy the chess guy on TikTok who clickbaits his videos with women? So he'll be I don't know, he'll put some hot chick up there and then it'll go
I've
through
seen that.
and
I've seen
it'll be
that.
chess moves and stuff like that.
H3 to R4 takes the rook.
Yeah, that's the one. But I genuinely think that sports aren't that hard and people aren't that good. People frothing about how professionals are so much better than the rest of us. I don't buy it.
Why aren't you professional?
Because my parents didn't let me. I'll be honest.
So your toxic trait is arrogance,
Overconfidence.
cockiness,
No.
Ego.
but he has to, say it in a different way,
He has to make it lighthearted.
which is another one of your toxic traits.
No, it is overconfidence, but it's only in this specific area.
But isn't yours also the thing that you think you can beat women's professional sports?
No, you can beat women.
Like you can beat like women's professional soccer players and like
No, that's
basketball
another
players,
friend of
cricketers.
ours.
Yeah.
He says he could
Oh,
walk
okay.
into the Matildas.
Walk into the Australian women's football team.
To be fair,
no
they did
training.
lose to like the Matildas did lose to, like the Newcastle Jets under 15s, like 9-0 or something.
I'm saying there's a bit more to it.
Is there though?
Yes.
Is there? There is, but how much more? Because like, not to slight the women, it's just because no,
Cut that up.
not to slight the women. It's just because there's not enough money in the football, like the women's game. So they're amateurs, like they're semi-professionals. And obviously now it's changing. Now there's more money. So it's actually a viable career path for a women athlete. But before, even men's like, yeah, look, you're probably walking in to the 1950s Australian soccer team, I reckon.
The men's.
The men's. Because no
That's
one
hard to prove or
pursued it.
disprove.
No, but it's the same thing. Like that's why this guy thinks he can walk into the women's, because it's still like getting developed.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I get what you mean, but I like it the other way though.
No.
The misogynistic
Yeah.
slant.
But yes, I think that is,
Toxic.
yes. I think
Overconfidence,
so.
toxic trait.
I would say many people would agree with me.
Does anyone else have any red flags?
I'll go next. I was trying to think about it, and I was thinking this where to begin. There's too many to list, but is this a red flag, boys? Being late to everything. You can give me
Yes.
any time, and you can always add half an hour, and I'll be there.
Yes.
If we're lucky, half an hour. I think so. What goes through your head? Like, all right, podcast recording at 11, dinner
Yeah.
at 7 p.m.
Yeah,
At 6 p.m., what's happening? It's a half an hour drive, let's
I'm
say.
starting to think about leaving. If it's half an hour, I'm not leaving until like 15 minutes before.
Okay.
I am Speed, Lightning McQueen. Ka-chow.
No, but let's say, 6 hours, you're not busy. You're sitting at home on your
You're
laptop.
preparing for
Yeah,
this.
that's because I take like half an hour showers, which is already adds to my.
Fine, let's say it's 5. You've got nothing from 5.
No, let's start again. 7 p.m. dinner, half an
Yeah.
hour drive.
Yeah.
What are you doing at 5?
I'm not even thinking about it yet.
Okay.
5, I'm living my life.
6.
6, I start to think about it.
What's the preparation?
I'm thinking about getting ready.
Okay, fine.
6:20 is when I jump into the shower.
Yeah, till 6:50.
Till 6:40, and then you get ready, blah blah. You leave the house 6:50 in the end.
And get there 7:20.
Exactly.
Me, Rohit, 2 others will be there at 7.
No,
Does that change the decision making?
You live your life as you will. If you want to get there at 7, that's
but
fine by
if we're
me.
eating dinner, our orders are dependent on you. We can't order without you. If we're having like
You could though. That's the thing.
We have it on camera. We are ordering without you.
we can, but like,
Oh
it's-
yeah. I order that. That's fine. I don't
but
really
isn't
care
that
about that.
rude?
No, I don't care.
being late is
being
rude.
late is already rude, so I don't.
2
care.
wrongs
exactly.
absolutely make a
So
wrong.
I don't care. You guys can order without me.
No, but
that's
him being
fine.
late sets the precedent of he can't be mad if we order.
I agree with
exactly.
that.
So I don't. That's why I've never been mad
But
before.
if it's 7, we get there 6:45. He gets there at 7,
That's
and then
fine.
we've ordered. That's fucked.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's a different story. That's a different story.
Oh, you know what? Though?
How dare you not be early?
Your lateness is impacting me. It's now like trickled into me because, like, for example,
Oh, no, hang on. This is
let me tell you
I
why.
back him on this as well.
Dude, it actually has, because it's like now if I'm going anywhere with you, it's like, why do I bother getting there on time when I know that you're gonna get there 20 minutes later?
Well, sometimes I do come on time.
Never.
It's a
Never.
wild cut.
Literally never.
Come off it. Another one of our friends will say that I do.
So,
I've
for
come
example,
on time many
right?
times.
11 a.m. podcast recording. That's when we record.
Yeah.
I now leave at 11 because if I get there, I'm like
Last
shaking.
time I came before him.
You did, to be fair.
Actually, no. There's been many times where I've rocked up before him.
Yeah, when you have to pick up the guy who's waiting at the station.
No, but there's times as well where I've just rocked up. Manny can back me up here. You live here, so you you see everything.
No, I don't.
There's many times where I've rocked up before Ro.
Well, I don't know because you guys come in at the same time most of the time.
That's true.
That is true.
So I don't know who's here first.
Yeah.
But I back that. I'm showering at 11 as well.
Yeah.
I'm waking up at 10:50, showering at 11.
if
And I know with confidence, I walk out of
No
my
one will
bathroom
be
at 11:15. You guys aren't still here.
But I agree. I think being late is a red flag.
Alrighty, going off that, I also gave some thought and I have one. So is this my red flag? I don't see messages. I just ghost them. And if I get bored of it, I just leave it unread. don't reply, don't react.
Do you even need us to answer this
On
one?
my homepage, I let the little notification bubble build up, you know? So I know if it's at 11 now and I check in 10 minutes, it's 12. Oh, someone's messaged me, but I leave it at the 11.
I don't think it's a red flag.
I think it is. Because he's consciously doing it. It's not like an accident.
No, but sometimes
He's going out of his way to do it.
No, because a lot of the times is like you'll message me in the morning. I'll see the notification. Well, I
Yeah.
don't need to reply to this now.
Yeah.
I might be doing something. Then I'll just have forgotten.
No, sack the
That's
forgetting.
Because I'll have opened up Messenger, replied to someone else about something urgent.
Yeah.
And then the notification's gone, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
Sack the forgetting. If you do it on purpose, I still don't think it's a red flag. Because what is the difference of me seeing your message and me like actually seeing your message, but you don't know that I've seen my message? Like you're obviously seen it. Does that make sense? Like everyone knows that when you get left unread,
Yeah.
it's been seen.
Yeah.
So realistically, what's the difference between you just seeing them and not reacting or
It's
responding?
the courtesy of seeing them at least.
Are they owed a thumbs up or something?
Just at least seen the message.
I've been told, at least give it a react.
Yeah, at least
Leave it
react.
at that. So you've finished it, you know?
Or just say, I'll get back to you,
Replying is a whole nother story.
No, I don't think there's a difference between not seeing them and seeing them.
What if they unsend the message after that then? Like, let's say they send you a message, you don't look at it for a while, then they unsend it. What's the go there?
That's just bizarre behavior.
That's a whole other can of worms then.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, what if they're like, I urgently want to talk to you. You didn't reply. I'm going to unsend. You don't deserve my messages.
That's some sort of deep psychological fucking problem.
Yeah, I don't think I've never unsent a message.
Yeah.
Like because you haven't replied.
Well, maybe you're trying to send a message by unsending it.
Because you get the notification.
You get the notification.
Send unsent a message.
Exactly. Because then that's going to fuck around with you then. I've turned the tables now.
maybe, dude. I don't know.
It's the ultimate power play. If someone hasn't replied to you, unsend the messages.
I like it. So at the end of the day, I don't think it's a red flag. Sen may disagree with me.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Alrighty, so I got some other just general ones, and I
Yeah.
want you to figure out and tell me whether these are red flags or not. Are astrology girls red flags?
Unequivocally, yes.
Huge red flag.
Massive.
Yes.
If your mood depends on the position of Neptune on any given Tuesday, then I think you have some more deep-seated issues. I'm such an Aries. Ooh, shut up.
So you're telling me, I'm born at 11 p.m.
Exactly.
in June.
Yeah.
If I was born at 12 p.m. July,
Incompatible.
I'm a completely different person. Same
Yeah.
parents, same household, same school, same circle of friends, same everything. But the fact that Mercury was in retrograde,
the vernal equinox.
my rising all of a sudden is fucking Gemini.
the fact that you know that is already a little bit concerning.
Tell me all this is playing into my personality.
Have you ever got the text, when were you born? Or what time were you born?
Never.
I refuse to look that up.
I got that text.
When were you born? What time?
It was midday on the 29th of
That's
May.
a yuck time.
What's your moon?
I don't know all that, but my
What's your
partner
fire
knows. Is that some Pokemon thing?
Charizard.
My partner had some things to look into that.
by her looking that up and realizing your signs are XYZ, did it change the way she thought about you?
Nah, because she does it as kind of a meme.
That's what they all say.
Yeah.
I don't actually believe what it says until,
Has her behavior changed ever since you told her?
No, thankfully it stayed the same. So maybe it was in line
It
with
was all good stuff then.
which what she's looking for. But is there something wrong with for example, some people, don't date outside their race. Some people don't date outside their gender.
No, there is something wrong with that.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Not dating outside your race.
Yeah. But people don't do it.
I mean, people don't do it, but
Yeah. Is there something wrong with that?
I think it's,
No, it's the fact that you are judging people based on their star
Their
sign.
race. Oh, okay.
The star sign. The race as well. That's an established wrong thing. We don't need to go into detail. Is racism a red flag?
He's racist. Yeah, definitely a red flag.
yeah.
But yes, the
astrology is a strong.
The people that are like, I can't be friends with a Capri Sun.
Isn't that a drink?
Also Capricorn. I can't be friends with a Capricorn. So if you meet them first time and then you're there's time I realize you're a Capricorn and they're like, sorry, can't be friends. Even though they know nothing about you, Seni.
Yeah.
Red flag. They're
Hurts.
judging
I
you
think
based
so.
on
Nothing. They're based on nothing. That's the saddest
the
part.
stars and the moons.
All right, fair enough. All right. So she's into astrology.
Huge red flag.
Huge red flag.
Unless they work at NASA, in which case that's, I might allow it.
That's a bit rogue.
So, boys, is this a red flag? Stalking people online, being too good at it.
I think it's a skill.
Yeah, I don't think it's a red flag. The red flag comes in when when are you using it?
Yeah,
What are you using it for?
What's the reasoning behind your stalking? If it's just for just good old fashioned stalking, then I think it's fine.
Good old fashioned stalking.
Good old.
you know how it is.
The classic.
I think the red flag comes with like when there's nefarious reasons behind it.
Define good old fashioned stalking, because people would have different definitions
like
of
when
what's.
a new person starts at your work and you just want to like, you know.
Yeah, that's
What skeletons do they have in their closet? Like, are they
Right.
do they have like, are they a Trump supporter, a MAGA hat in their like DPs, like that sort of stuff?
So let's say you have a crush and they've posted a story, they're out
Yeah,
eating dinner.
yeah,
You're stalking, who could she be with?
yeah. I think that's fine.
Okay.
That's just general knowledge. That's you're widening your horizon.
I think that's starting a grey area.
No,
Starting.
No, I think that's fair.
they
It's all public
posted it.
information.
Yeah, that's
It's
Like I'm.
no, but then you're full like, fuck, what restaurant is like fucking, who's she with? Is it another guy?
That's true.
And if it's another guy, who's this guy? Who's he? Who's
that's
his
when it
friend?
gets toxic, I reckon. Because you're triangulating. You're like, oh, she's here at this time, she's here at that time. That's
It's all just
The person
postulations.
that might be cheeky on what is he doing today, blah, blah, blah.
I don't think that's that bad.
okay. So
Unless you act on it, that's the thing.
what do you mean? You go to
Yeah,
the bar that they're at?
exactly, with a gun or
Binoculars.
No, it's like, oh, what are the chances that you're here? Like,
yeah,
doing one of
that's
those
when I
ones.
think it gets toxic. If you're just looking it up and you're just trying to figure out for your own reasoning, then I think it's okay.
Or is it the intention
What's
behind
the
it?
harm? What's the harm? You can't judge on intention. You can't, I don't. You have to actually act on it for it to be toxic. If you're just
No, dude. I don't think anyone acts on it, but I still think inherently it is toxic if you are constantly, like, let's use the crush example. You're constantly trying to figure out what she's doing.
Every story she put, brunch, lunch, dinner, you're always trying to be like, who
just
could
means
she
you
be
have too
with
much
today?
spare time on your hands.
Toxic.
You're toxic.
What if you're
You're
getting
a sicko.
paid to do it then, like a private investigator?
Well, then it's fine.
What
Then-
the fuck?
So,
Where does that
your
come into-
difference? So where you draw the line is, do you get paid for it or not? Is money
yeah,
money
it's
being
your
exchanged?
profession, dude.
It's a job,
It's
bro.
literally your job to be a detective.
Yeah. So what
Well,
if
you being in that job is also concerning.
And you
Yeah,
also,
okay, so for you were good at it and I wanted you to
Yeah.
help me out. If I paid you can you suss this out? So therefore it's fine.
Yes,
he's the
because
middle man. He's
it's not the
fine.
money. I'm an
you are the,
objective
you're
party.
the sicko.
No, but
Yeah.
I'm getting him to do the...
No, but the fact it's the act of you need someone to figure out where your crush is at
Yeah.
all times.
whether you're doing it yourself or you're paying me to do it, it's still you.
I don't think it's
You're
that
the
bad.
toxic. All right, so what is bad old fashioned stalking?
Yeah, when you're going through their rubbish at night, you're peering through their window.
The word was online.
Online.
That's what I'm saying. Online
So,
stalking, it's a victimless crime. There's literally nothing wrong with it, in my opinion. It's like online bullying.
Just turn your
It's
computer
not a
off.
thing, bro.
Turn around.
Just walk away.
That's what. Yeah. So if you don't want to, I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to victim blame, but just don't post your whereabouts at all
I
times.
think the act itself doing it, no direct red
guilty
flag
mind,
associated.
guilty.
But the person doing it depends on their intent. If they're insecure that their crush is doing something without them, red flag for that person. So let them live. Why do you have to know where they're all at all
Also,
times?
before people start commenting, I actually don't do this. Before people start saying, "Oh, you're projecting your blah blah blah," I just don't care that much.
he says.
So, boys, is this a red flag? Girls having a fake Instagram or Finsta?
I would lean to no, because most people that use it to post like lower quality or just like meme photos or like those sort of
But that's
things.
not what a Finsta
No,
is.
so I'm not
though.
talking about that. I'm not talking about a second account
He's talking
with
about
just your friends. I'm talking about, Sen's made an account,
We
Joe
just-
blogs with like fake photos.
We just slander people.
No, not slander people, but you use that to stalk other people.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, that's absolutely red flag.
Yeah. You have to do it with your chest,
Yeah,
with your
exactly.
main account,
To go back to the last one, I think if you're going to
Say
stalk
to my
people,
main.
do it with your own account.
I want to see Robro1 has viewed my story.
Exactly.
Not Joe Blogs 249.
But have you seen those like where people, when they break up or something like that, they'll block everyone from their stories except for their ex and then
yeah.
start posting like going out to the club or like just like going out photos or whatever?
Yeah, I've seen it live in action. One of my old work friends literally blocked everyone off her story except for her ex. And then we were literally standing at work, like in a retail job, and she posted like a picture of her like at the beach. And she's like, "Oh, he saw it. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Like,
'cause you get one story for you
Yeah.
and it's like your mate. And then you can also see if they've gone back. Do you know what I mean?
wait, what?
on your story insights, you can see like if people have exited or like gone to the next story or tapped back.
I had no idea.
No, because you're a private account. You don't have these features.
Oh.
Yeah.
It'd be like a creator or business account.
But even though you don't see who's gone back, but if you, obviously
Oh,
if
but
you
it
have,
just says how many numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can see if that one person.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
so it's kind of a. It's
That is
actually
quite
kind of
nifty,
It's kind of a good
actually.
move.
Yeah, that
well
is.
played.
Wow,
Fair play.
okay. I didn't realize that.
Sorry, back to the original question.
Yeah.
Finsta.
Yeah, red flag.
If you use it for stalking, a red flag.
What about the other way?
What's the other way?
Well, I don't know, posting low quality
That's
content. on the
fine.
other
It's
ones.
another account.
That's just an
different
account,
accounts for
that's
different
fine, yeah.
things.
All right. Is it a red flag if she only replies every 24 hours?
What? It's like a clockwork. Only once every 24 hours.
Or greater? She's not replying instantly.
So basically, that's what you're saying. She's not an instant replier.
No, I wouldn't say it's a red flag. What if they're just busy?
Busy every day though? All the time?
People work.
I work.
Shout out
Not
to
for
our
20
frontline health workers, you know. They don't have time to sit there and reply to your dumb shit.
Unless she's a doctor or like a nurse or a COVID tested
So it
person.
depends on their profession.
At the pathology lab, dude, you sorry. Any danger of a business couple of hours?
Actually, if you're at the pathology lab, put the phone away and get through our test, please. There should be like sweatshops in there.
I would say red flag because at that point it's intentional. Like 24 hours.
You're
or
just
those
assuming
sort-
it's intentional.
but all the time.
Maybe she just doesn't want to reply to your musty ass.
No, but that's the point. If we assuming,
then that doesn't mean
if we're assuming it's not friends, you're keen.
Yeah.
You're tuning.
What
If
she's
you
not-
reply to me 24 hours, I'm not losing sleep over it. Whatever, bro.
Yeah, but what if she's just not interested? I wouldn't say that's a red
No,
flag.
but the fact that you're texting, and I assume the context is she's texting back decent amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The vibe's somewhat on.
Half
But
on.
Half on. It could be on.
I think it's...
But it's taking 24 hours each time. Bro, if she wanted to make time for you, she would, is what I'm
Facts.
saying. So
I think it's situational based. I think it really does depend.
you could say that for every single one.
Yeah, please get off the fence.
Oh, and then I said no, it's not a red flag.
I think it is, bro.
All right.
Thoughts?
I agree with that. I agreed with the sentiment that if she would, she
If she
could.
wanted to, she would.
Yeah. But 24 hours is obnoxious. It's just like relax, bro. Like surely.
Like a few hours, busy, fine, whatever.
But 24 hours each time or greater, it's like you're kind of keeping them on the hook. A little bit of red flag. If you wanted to date them, like I probably would steer clear.
But surely if you're consistently getting replies after 24 hours, just give it up, bro.
No, but sometimes you're blinded, Senny, you know?
It's like hitting the lottery, dude. It's like when is it coming?
Slaps.
Yeah,
Could get a feature at any moment.
you could. It's also like another COVID test was like, will it be 24 hours or 48 hours? You
Yeah.
never know.
Okay, all right.
Bit of a red flag, I'd say.
Yeah, fine. I'll come around on that.
Is being overly competitive a red flag?
As a competitive person, I can't say it is.
I'm saying no, it's
I
not a red flag.
I don't think it's a red flag. Wait, depends on what do you mean by
No,
competitive?
but do you, like competitive to silly things is what you're saying. So
Yeah,
like,
I would say.
I
Like,
can't think of an example, but
let's say
maybe-
you're playing like you're going bowling with your mates.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that's kind of.
bowling's
that-
fine because
that's
that's a
conducive to being
competitive
competitive.
activity.
Exactly.
You go to the beach and you're playing beach soccer.
Yeah.
Are you putting people into the ground?
Yeah.
Are you banging from 30 yards?
Ball or man every time.
No, I'm thinking also over competitive, like all of us three are like driving to somewhere, you got to be first.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
stuff like
what-
that. It's not,
that's
it's not
what
a
I was
competitive
thinking, like-
activity by nature, but you're always
Yeah.
like,
Or like if you go sushi train, who eats more and stuff like stupid shit like
but
that.
then I assume this is with your partner, right? It's
Or like
everything.
who gets
could be
more
anything.
likes on Instagram, stuff like that. Like really
You always got to be on top.
one up.
Everything's a game. You got to win. Yes, red
That
flag.
is a red flag.
Yeah, okay.
But you know, social soccer, be as competitive
Yeah,
as you
yeah.
like. It's,
Really?
It's the competitive
Sport
environment.
is sport, dude.
If you're
You
in a
play to
competitive
win.
environment, you can't be surprised if people are
Exactly.
competitive.
You know, you're changing my mind. I agree. You're right. If it's a competitive setting, fair enough. Final one, boys. Is being friends with your ex-partner a red flag?
I maintain this opinion. Yes.
Sen?
I'm gonna say depends, but then you're gonna attack me for it. I lean
Alright.
towards no, but then depends.
What does it depend on?
Like how close they are.
I'm big in the if you're breaking up, you need time away.
Forever?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No,
You
not,
get
not,
banished.
not forever, but like once you take time away, that's when it starts to be.
No, but there have been good breakups where like they can remain friends.
But would you, like, for example, let's put it, you're in the shoes, right?
Yeah,
Your partner
yeah.
has a best friend or a
Yeah.
friend who's her ex. Are you happy? Are you feeling like it's a bit
they
toxic?
used to date since.
Is that a
Innocent
red
until
flag?
proven guilty.
They used to
in my
kiss.
opinion. Innocent until proven guilty. So unless I
She
suspect
used to
something,
defile her body.
Yeah, He has seen her naked multiple times.
See, you're thinking it because you want to think that. You're sickos, you know. And
That would run through your mind as
I'm sure it would, but it's all in the past. It's history.
Hey, I'm going to his house today to hang out.
See, that's different. See, that's why I said it's situational.
Yeah, fine. Don't get angry. Relax, dude.
Relax, dude. Just anything you want to get off
It's
your
just
chest.
a podcast, bro.
It's just hypothetical.
So, okay.
No, but like the thing is, inherently, if you're friends, that's a normal friend thing to do. I'll go to your house. I'll go to your house.
Yeah.
So if that's her friend,
Yeah.
going to his house should be fine as well.
Should be.
Yeah, well,
Should
that's why I'm asking you. Like, are you fine with that?
Yeah, as long as I think it's all above board, it should be fine. I can't stop that person from hanging out with them, right?
Yeah.
No, you can't stop it, but you could also be like, you know, do you want to? Is this a red flag to you? So are you going to still be with this person? That's what you control.
No,
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
But if I don't suspect anything, then
Fair play.
Yeah.
Manny?
7 billion people in the world. Be friends with someone else.
No, but but the thing is, you've already got a pre-existing relationship with that person. Like you break up nicely, whatever. You dated for a couple of years or a year or so. You break up, still mates. Like
No,
actually,
you go on.
I will say this, right? I think it's a problem. I think it may be a red flag if they don't know the person that they dated previously. So, for example, if I had met you on Tinder and I dated you and I broke up, and then I was still friends with that person, I think that's a red flag. If they were my mate, I dated them, I broke up, they can still be your mate. Does that make sense? Because they were friends before a relationship.
I don't think that. Why does that matter?
Because like if it's a stranger,
Still become friends with someone during a relationship. So why does it
but
matter?
it's all been in the context of relationship, right? So
Yeah.
like if you're still friends with them afterwards, you're friends with the relationship version of Rohit,
Of
for
them.
example.
Correct.
You don't know friend version of Rohit and relationship version of Rohit.
because like, if I'm friends before I date someone, I break up with that person.
Then you just go back to being friends.
Well, I would still want to be friends with that person.
Yeah.
There would be more incentive. But if it's like, if my
Just
partner
some
was
stranger.
like, just dated some guy on Hinge or Tinder, broke up with them, and then they want to be mates, I think that's more of a red flag.
Well, it depends on how long they've been dating for. You can't just randomly stop talking to someone who you've been dating for 3 years. You can't just drop them cold turkey.
You can.
Well, maybe that's your toxic trait.
What?
Cutting off people.
Cutting off people.
100%. Got them off.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, but I think, like, I'm on the opinion, again, it depends,
Yeah.
but it is a little bit of a red flag if that person is not your friend beforehand.
Yeah.
In line with that, have you boys heard of icks?
What an X, bro.
Yeah, they're just like yucky. Like someone does something, and you're just like, ugh, turned off immediately.
Oh, I read one. It's like a Lindt chocolate box. A nick for a girl on TikTok I saw is
Yeah.
if they read the back of the chocolates to figure out which wrapper was which chocolate. Like, so shit like that.
Dumb stuff like that.
pretty funny.
But I feel like this is running over time. So maybe the listeners, if you could send in your icks, we'll go through next week and we'll talk about our icks.
Even red flags. We're happy to
Yeah.
hear some red flags.
I agree. Any funny ones as well would be appreciated.
All right, guys, that brings us to the end of the episode. We're back for 2022, and we've also realized that on Spotify, you can leave us a 5-star rating. Nothing less, please. So if you do enjoy our content, or even if you don't, go onto Spotify.
Sorry. I was just in the process of going to Spotify and reviewing my own podcast. Go on.
So be like Ro. Stop listening to the episode right now and go to Spotify and rate us 5 stars.
Whilst you're on there, find the rest of our episodes.
Good.
Listen to all, what is it? We're up to 133, 134. Beautiful content there. Or Apple Podcasts or any of your other favorite podcast apps. YouTube versions as well. Don't forget those on YouTube. Video versions, sorry.
And the TikTok.
And the TikTok, don't forget about that. And in the time I've been talking, Rose already reviewed us 5 stars. It's that easy, fam. So get on it. And with that, we'll see you guys next week.